Mic check with Stylist B. Mic check with Stylist B. Mic check with Stylist B. Mic check with Stylist B.
Hello, and welcome back to the Set of Mic Check with me, the one and only Stylist B, Season 3. Hopefully you've already checked out our very first episode and you've tuned in for more, and more is what I'm going to give you. Today I have with me singer extraordinaire. I mean, listen, this man brings the stage to life. Okay, I know you guys haven't been able to go to like concerts for a minute, but even via a live stream, you can feel his energy, his talent, and his vibe. So let's give it up for Mr. Troy Laz. Right, you gotta, but yeah, I can still feel you guys through the airwaves, even though absolutely. I can't do it in-house,
thousands of people,
audience. Yes, yeah, thousands. I like that. Thousands, I do hope thousands are tuning in. Which camera I need to look at?
I'm looking to the
Troy, thank you so much for coming in today.
It's a pleasure and an honor to be here.
Oh, you look amazing, okay? Oh, man, I had to get together because you came ready.
Oh, man. They told me it was you, so I said, man, I brought the wrong pants, but I'm
you look perfect. Perfect. So, okay, look in the camera and tell everyone, in case they, for some reason, don't already know who you are, you're going to go right there over my shoulder. Look in the camera and tell them who you are and, what you do.
First of all, before I start, there's levels to this because they have like 8 cameras you did. So it's one, boom, boom, boom. So anyway, I'm Troy Laz. Troy Lazarus Powell, actually, government name, but everybody knows me by Troy Laz. Formerly known as Lazarus, but I'm an entertainer, singer, performer, songwriter, dad, motivator, inspirer of the people. A little bit of this, a little bit of that,
Yeah.
Farmer, stripper, she's. I'm joking. I'm just men's.
I thought I got the teeth for you. I said starting out the. What's your special move?
That was a joke. Yeah, that was a joke. That's a joke.
Okay, we gonna. I don't need to research.
A couple church members watching. My church down the street, New Home, they might be watching you there.
It was a joke, people. Girls, put the pockets, put the money away.
But the way things are looking, I might have to go that route. You get back to gigging. You did.
Listen, gotta be creative in these COVID streets, okay?
Exactly.
Wear your mask when you do it, though, okay? You could be Mask Man or something,
That's a good name.
We'll talk about it, We'll talk about it. Mask. But as for right now, we'll talk about what you're currently doing, not what the future may entail.
Exactly.
Tell me, how did you get into music?
Well, at a young age, I remember singing. My mom used to make us sing. My mother's solid when it comes to church and the Lord and stuff like that. So grew up singing gospel, actually. Most people don't realize that, but at a young age, like 10, 11, 12, singing in the projects, little feed housing project. And we had a good echo, because in the projects, you got those brick walls inside, so you can get you a good echo like in a studio. So she used to have me on the stairs singing. And I knew I had something. My little brother ran up and said, "Oh, Mom, Troy can sing." And that's when my mom came. And, back then it said I had a little something popping. And then I was inspired by the Jacksons as a kid, watching those guys. And that's when the light went off, and I knew that was for me,
Okay.
That was my destiny, to be
And you've been rocking with it ever since?
Yeah, yes, I have. It's kind of crazy. Growing up watching television on Sundays, watching the Jacksons cartoons and Michael Jackson, and then I get to work with his family. It's kind of like, amazing.
Full circle.
Yes, how dreams come through, you know what I mean?
Now, listen, music is a great thing, but it's not made for the lighthearted.
No.
And you have longevity. How do you keep on keeping on?
Well, it's not a manual to it. There's a lot of books that say the business of music and touring and all that, but on the real, you got to get dirty. You got to get out there and get dirty, get your hands dirty. It's like seeing a meal and a dish cooked, but when you actually have to cook it yourself and put all the ingredients in and chop the onion. And so that's what it's all about, and that's why so many artists today are cookie cutter and everyone's trying to sound the same, look the same. And, I grew up watching all the greats, Prince, Mike, and all those guys like that. And when I was a baby, my dad was into James Brown. So when I grew up, I started emulating those artists. And then traveling abroad helped a lot. I traveled throughout Southeast Asia, Canada, and China. So I had to speak Chinese and different countries. So I was exposed to a lot of that. And then coming back to Louisiana after that was kind of like, I knew I had to do something different because there's levels to this.
Different.
Yeah. When you're making good money overseas and you come back home, you got to get a day job.
That's the problem.
So I the longevity is from being tough and I've been through a lot. My story is amazing. At some point in my life, I would like to do a movie or a book because it's the stuff that I endured and I've experienced. It would probably kill the average man, you know, real talk. But I am prayed up. I stay prayed up, and I'm focused, and I'm determined. I'm relentless, and that's the key to it, you know. And in that order, and you have to first go first, and everything falls after that. But you have to know what you want to do, make a plan, and chase it. And you know, and I'm a dreamer. I dream, but when the dream's over, I get up and I get to work, you know. So that's the key.
Yeah. And
I don't sleep, man. I'm 24 hours a day getting it, you know.
Yeah.
Being a dad, an artist, because I've seen a lot. You know? I've sat in Michael Jackson's family's house and. Wow, you know, and nothing major came about it because they wanted me to be a solo artist, not in a group. So it's a long story, and maybe that's for another day.
Yeah, but we do want some of the story.
Yeah,
so okay, you said you want to do a movie at some point about your life because of all that you've been through. Now we will wait for the movie, but just for the Mic Check fans and audience, tell me 3 things just off the top that you would for sure put in the movie because it's like no one will believe you went through that.
Well. When we're in Thailand, I mean, some of it's funny and some of it's heartbreaking, you know. I mean, singing overseas in China, ni hao ma, that's in Mandarin, and Cantonese, that's Chinese, and having to learn their language and singing their language is kind of mind-boggling because I'm like, we're from Louisiana and we're over there, the only African-American band playing in mainland China. And that's when no one really was going over there. In Dubai, I was performing in Dubai as well, to see all those different countries and to get compensated for your gift at the same time while you're enjoying what you're doing is kind of crazy, you know. But that, I guess, in the passing of my wife, my young wife, from the cancer and stuff like that, and then bouncing back from that, which I haven't fully bounced back because
now when it's a good woman.
And then raising kids and then staying focused and being a solid dad and performing abroad and getting in a gang fight with the Hells Angels in Canada, then going to Bangkok getting jumped by an Asian gang and fighting a Thai kickbox. It's so much stuff that happened, man, and then, you know, losing my baby brother when he was traveling with me abroad and sent him back home to finish his high school, to get his high school diploma, and he lost his life. So it's a lot of stuff, and ups, his hills and valleys. And stuff. You know, I don't want to dwell too much on the negative because I know it's an inspiring show, but at the same time, people like to hear
that is part of the inspiration.
And let you know that if I can endure all this, and I still could get up in the morning and still have faith in God and have faith in my gift and push. There's no excuse for no one, you know.
Absolutely. And listen, that's part of the reason why I say give us some of the story.
Right.
You know, I say this all the time. My audience is gonna be like, she said this before, but this is part of the reason why I started the show, because it's like places like social media, like Instagram, you see everybody winning. Nobody is posting their losses. Nobody's like, oh, look, I didn't get paid for this gig. Oh, you know, nobody's doing that. But it is a part of the journey. So even in being inspiring, I think that is a part of being, an inspiration because, you're not alone and people go through stuff. So to see you sitting here, you know, talking about traveling abroad, being in Michael Jackson's house, your inspirations,
absolutely,
you know, throwing in Mandarin. Okay, I was impressed.
No,
okay,
I'm just.
I can't come back. All I know is I know. That's all I know.
No stunting. I'm just as a black man, as a man, period. But as an African American coming from where we come from, a lot of people don't understand the pitfalls, the plights, and the valleys and the hills, and in this industry. You know, I mean, a lot of people go through a lot of things, but to be able to endure and continue without, you know, I was told many times, you know, man, it's a dream, you know, get your real job, do this, do that, and you know, and have a backup plan, but I have no backup plan. I have to win. Failure's not an option. And so that's why I work so hard, because there's no book that you could read. It can educate you on different things you need to know about the industry and stuff like that, but at the same time, a lot of artists today, they're not used to just getting out there and performing, knowing how to perform, how to engage an audience, and getting on the bus and driving all the way cross country with no money and breaking down and not calling mama. And if you call mama can't really help you because I came from a single, you know, mother. I was raised, I'm a product of a single mother, amazing woman, but she didn't have a whole lot in terms of finances. So I had to get it out the mud, and I'm still getting it out the mud. But at the same time, I want to inspire other younger artists to, you know, to believe in themselves, and that gift, and God gave you that gift, man, it could work for you. Sometimes you might have to take a different approach to it. You know, you might have to get that little day job at Walgreens, Walmart, but that doesn't diminish the, you know, the dream and whatever. You still can do that, and and just have your plan together, you know.
Yeah.
'Cause that was one of the things that if I was to do again, what I know now, if I knew when I was 18, it would be a wrap.
Yeah.
I would probably be Diddy Part 2,
Part
50. Yeah, you know, but I'm glad to be me.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely, because we need you too. Yeah,
we all have our different journeys, and you know, we all touching different people. You know. So.
Yeah, and I think too, it's important that you say, you know, you have to keep going, you have to keep maneuvering, but even more so, there is no backup.
Right.
Because I sometimes, you know, people say they have a dream, they have a passion, but it's treated like a hobby. But you want career results. You can't get that, you know. So I think the idea of you not even having a backup has allowed you to continue to thrive the way that you have, because you have it's no other option, you know.
And don't get it twisted, young people. I worked the day job. I did construction for 5 years. I came back from Southeast Asia. My wife got homesick. We were young. I left for Asia when I was 20. So we had to get letters from our parents to travel abroad. That's how long I've been doing.
Wow.
I've been in the game. And you know, I was a parent at 17. You know, so young and stuff like that. But I was very responsible. And long story short, I mean, we just winged it, you know. Went out to Canada, did our thing, and parents were sick, but I started wiring money, Western Union, thousands of dollars back home to my mom. Like, well, what? You know, because it was like, nah, man, you got to get a day job, and that's not realistic.
Yeah.
Now you're a parent, and blah 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 blah. I took my son with me, my oldest son. I took him on the road with me to Asia. He went to school in China. He's the only black kid in he was an expat. That's what we're called overseas, expats, which is Americans abroad working and traveling. So, you know, done a lot, seen a lot. I'm like, wow, this little kid from the Fleet Housing Project in New Orleans.
That's
you know?
crazy, right.
With a single mom doing this thing. And success is not defined by just all your accomplishments and money and what type of whip you drive and all that. So, you know, I'm successful because of the fact that I can feed my family and provide and no cap, drive the car that I drive, and the crib that I bought, doing the music. I'm gainfully employed by doing music. I'm not doing a side job in music. That's not for everybody. Y'all looking in the camera, you have to get a job sometime. I did construction for 5 years, that bridge in Baton Rouge on Seagan, I was a part of it. I was a surveyor. Hated it. Didn't like it at all, but I was a man, so I had to provide for my family. I am 5 in the morning, up, suited up, hard hat, bam. People looking at me, what, Troy, you out there? Yeah, that's what's up. You know? So, and then I was making moves in the process and put a band together here and continued what I did overseas. And now I'm back on track. So sometimes you have to do things you don't want to do to get to where you need to get to.
And it's like a round of applause, first of all, for everything you're saying. Even the little guy, you know what I mean? Taking your little one. I travel a lot with my kids, so I get that. I don't think it's a world where you have to pick which one you want to do anymore. I think if you're built for it, and I mean by built for it, I mean willing to put in the work, that you can do it all, you know? And then let's talk about how your son now is cultured out the gate, you know, because he's growing up in a place that's different from home. He's going to have still home attachments, so he'll be, you know, a New Orleans baby, but he'll also be of all these other different cultures. And I think that's something that people spend many years trying to save up to do for their kids. And you're doing the job they told you should stop because it couldn't provide.
Exactly.
You know?
3 kids, and then when the unfortunate situation happened with my wife, I had to turn down. And actually, the gentleman that works with you, Toxic, done a lot of work with him as well. He's amazing. He's a big part of a lot of my success in terms of my shows and stuff, because the platform that he helped me build in terms of reaching out to the people, he's very, very well versed.
He's a genius with that,
He knows about me going to Vegas and performing at casinos, and while my wife was fighting for her life, I flew back. I was offered a residential at a casino in Vegas and had to kind of fall back from that because I had to get home to make sure I help her fight. And then for that to happen and then still be, you know, and okay, now it's just me. Dad, holding it all down, daughters, 2 sons, and still doing music and producing and checking on my mom. And so it's like I do a lot. If people only knew, man, and we talk about this all the time, Toxic and I, that, man, you know, people, the problems they have today, a lot of people, you know, there are problems, true that, but at the same time, if you knew some of the stuff that people were going through, you would be blessed. You know, it puts everything in perspective. When you see someone that's really sick, a kid in the hospital, fight for his life, and we're worrying about how mixtape's gonna be. So, you know, you got to, it puts it in perspective, man. And we're truly blessed to get up in the morning and do what we love to do, like what you're doing. This is an amazing platform you're doing. You're reaching out to people, touching, giving the artists a way to be seen and be heard. And, it's dope,
Thank you. That's part of the reason I want to do it. I want to be an inspiration like you, Right. I want to be able to tell people they can do whatever they put their minds to and actually believe it because they see it. But more importantly, I want people like you who have traveled, who has, I'm going to say, the items that you desire, even though monetary isn't everything, right? But also has the family life and the culture, because you went through the stuff you went through. I want them to see that, both the good and the bad, so that they know that, like you said, it's not the end of the world, because again, they're not exposed to that anymore.
Right. That's right.
They're not. They're only exposed to the wins. I want them to know part of winning is sometimes losing.
Exactly. And
so
that is not necessarily a loss; it's a lesson.
It always every loss is a lesson.
Absolutely. And you bounce back, and some people don't bounce back, but you got to have that. It's in you. You just got to find that happy place and that fight and that determination of fall on your knees. But then faith without works is dead. You got to put in the work too. It's not easy for you. And doing what you do and traveling from probably Texas and here and back and forth, setting up shop, you got to see the dream. You got to see it. I see everything that I'm going to accomplish in life. I already see it. When I go to bed and I see it.
Yeah.
Then I wake up, I get a phone call from Las Vegas. Hey, we want you to do the showcase, the AE showcase in Vegas. It's an event that Bruno Mars and those guys affiliated with. Okay. We flew out to Vegas, we did our thing, and I seen something else. I want to be like Michael one day, laughing. It's funny. Just a tease. And then one day I'm sitting in the house talking to his mom.
Manifestation.
So you got to believe it. The power of the tongue, man. Speak it, believe it, but you got to see it, man. And that's just me. People say, man, you're crazy, but you're right.
Yeah. I hope you're picking up the jewels. You have to see. You have to see it to believe it. You know what I'm saying? You have to put work behind it, manifest it, speak life into your dreams. And keep pushing.
Right.
So the character of Troy Laz is just amazing, really,
Thank
truly.
You so much. I appreciate
I want to talk about the artist because I've seen a few of your shows, and listen, I can't keep still. And I really can't do the heels. Okay, but I will stand in the hills to cheer you on. Tell me, what is the Troy Laz show? What's the goal when you're doing a show for people to experience?
Well, and that's why we call it the experience, because it's. I mean, I'm performing for various people. 80% of my core fan base is Caucasian in some places. Mississippi. I'm playing a rural Mississippi where Confederate flags were hanging and flying. And I keep reverting back to Toxic, but he's been there. He shot it. And I'm touching people, the power of music, and people feel love. So with that being said, no pun intended, I wrote a song called Where Is the Love? Based on all the stuff that's going on now, and we're getting good feedback from it, and that's a whole nother subject. But just to touch people, because I've been watching a lot of big artists, like the major artists, and watching, and that's why I tell people it's not a competition, but when you're performing, it shouldn't be where you're competing with the local guy. I'm looking at the Maxwells, I'm looking at the Anthony Hamilton, Prince, and Bruno Mars. That's the goal for me. That's where I'm trying to go. I'm not trying to compete with my brother around the corner, which I wish him the best. I mean, I want to uplift him. I want to inspire him as well.
We can get that together.
Exactly. But if I'm not touching the audience, something's up. So and that's one thing that I pride myself on, and I think that's why we're a repeat book at most of these casinos and venues and places where I'm the only African American artist. The festival in Florida, it's called the Bogey Fest. It's a country fest. I'm not a country artist, but I'm on there with platinum selling country artists. And I'm opening up, and now they can't let me open up anymore. They put me right before the main act because of the energy, the showmanship, the performance, and I have great singers singing with me. And I think one of the singers you're aware of, Jericho Ricard from American Idol, and Irie, Ash. They have a whole bunch of talented people. My musicians are phenomenal, and I pride myself on lots of energy, showmanship. Not just you can't stand on my stage and not move. You gotta bring the heat, because I don't like being second. So that's very important to me. Whatever you do it to the fullest. Because you don't know who's watching. I've been in clubs where, oh man, no one's here tonight, and one person in there, but 10 minutes later it's packed. They're feeding off you. Energy is very powerful. So,
what's your favorite type of music to do?
Man, it's crazy because I do an array of music. And
that's why I'm
asking. My music is so gumbo, because I'm doing Lenny Kravitz covers and Prince, and Anthony Hamilton to Rolling Stones to whatever, to Al Green. But and my music is my original music is really interesting because it's like a mixture of gumbo of all of it. But I really love soul music.
Okay.
I think as a favorite, I really dig that the most because it's passionate music and it's from the heart and the soul, and so I kind of feel that being a soul singer.
I get that, and you feel soulful, even in how you speak and how you carry yourself. So I get that.
Right.
Now, I know you said you have 3 kids.
Right.
Do you think that they changed how you approach music once they came along?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, because I'm mindful of how I move because I have a daughter and that's my young. So it makes you, when you're younger, you're like, I'm 20, never something. But now, and not just concentrating on the daughter thing, but kids in general, you want to set a good example.
Yeah.
So and I think I'm doing that because even though I'm a firecracker live and I'm totally different live than when I'm sitting here. I'm really reserved, but on stage I'm totally the opposite. But yeah, I've made some
shifts.
switches, and stuff like that due to the fact that I'm a dad and stuff like that because I want to practice what I preach. You know what I'm saying? Not do as I say or do as I do. So
my mama's favorite. Don't fuss at me, mom.
Yeah.
But
they're cool. They understand it because being my wife and I traveling, as 21, 22 years old in Southeast Asia, Dubai, the Middle East, we were all over there, and our kids were with us, so they kind of, we're not celebrities or nothing, but it's kind of like, we got a taste of what it's really like if you really get the bag,
Now, would you be okay if they wanted to do music?
Of course, absolutely. One of my sons models, and Rico, he does a lot of stuff with him, and my middle son is an amazing looking kid. He boxes and models and does his thing, and my daughter's gorgeous. So I wouldn't be surprised they could do whatever they want, models, sing, because they're in that
in their world.
They got that look and very talented. Each one of them has musical gifts, but I just try not to push it on them because I feel that if that's what you want to do, and then I find out that's your thing, then I'm going to support you with it. But not as I do this. I want you to do this too because I'm doing it. I see parents do that, and I'm not really with that too much. I like to let them make their own decisions. Now I'm gonna be there to help you make the decisions and help you navigate the terrain and figure out what's your goals or what's your dreams and what's your passion, because I believe your passion is your purpose in life.
Yeah.
So once you find that, and boom,
I could basically talk to you for hours because it's so much that you have. You know what I mean? It's so much that you have from life. Traveling and the experiences and the losses and the wins and more wins. I can get lost in it. I like to see you evolve and continue to grow versus getting stagnant because of whatever the struggle may be. So I'm in awe. I just want to say you are doing an amazing job on both fronts.
Absolutely.
I could really listen to you say everything you're saying, because he's gonna use whatever I say multiple times, all the time. I could, but we do have to take a commercial break because we do need a word from our sponsors.
Absolutely.
But when we get back, we will have a fun game with Mr. Troy Laz. You don't want to miss it. Welcome back. Set a mic check with me, the one and only Stylist B and Mr. Troy Laz. Because we're still social distancing. So you did agree to play a game with me?
Yes.
Okay. So it's super simple. It's not anything difficult. I just want to get a feel for your preferences. So it's kind of like Would You Rather, but music edition.
Right.
Okay. So would you rather slow R&B music or live jazz club?
But it's both the settings live.
Are both? We can make no, don't you? Because I'm trying to make it difficult.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, maybe that would be more difficult. Okay.
Okay.
So both live, R&B or live jazz.
It depends on my vibe. If I'm with a female or with a lady, I might roll with the jazz just to switch it up a little bit.
Okay.
But R&B is pretty much my thing, so that's a given. But if I would have wanted to hear what she's saying and I wanted to hear what I'm saying, and we kind of, lock in, that jazz would be nice because it's kind of low key and it's almost like background music. So I'm sorry I messed the question up, but
you did. You answered it. Ultimately, it's jazz. Ultimately,
so,
right.
So, yeah, probably jazz if I'm with someone. If I'm just kicking it, and it ain't really nothing special. But if I'm trying to make a move or trying to move in a different direction, I might do the jazz. But if R&B is just kind of like, I'm gonna be focused on the singing. The jazz, I can kick back and speak. They can speak to me and whatever. As if I'm on a date or something.
Okay, all right. So I get it locked in.
I'm just creating a scenario. My bad.
That's what I see you. He's like, listen, you can't just go into listening to music without a precusp of what's going on. I understand. Okay, let me try another one then, and this time I'll give a little more detail.
Give me another one. I messed this one up.
No, you didn't. You said jazz, and you said a lovely young lady.
Okay.
Has to be,
if that was a situation.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, so what about spoken word, right?
Right.
Or open mic night, like karaoke.
Spoken word.
Yeah. I kind of helped you, like, open mic.
Yeah.
I kind of helped you. I think singers don't really like karaoke, so I'm like, he probably don't want
big
karaoke.
on it myself, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I know I like to sing if there's open mic. And I'll go up and sing and stuff like that. Spoken word, I'm digging that.
Okay.
Sure.
Spoken word it is.
Right.
Okay, what about old school hip hop or new school hip hop?
Wow. You have some good questions.
Don't you know?
Yeah, real talk. On the real, I'm liking what the younger guys are doing. I'm feeling the energy, but old school, I'm feeling the content, the lyrics. So I'm gonna have to go with the old school pop.
Okay.
Biggie. You know what I'm saying? Those artists from back in the G. You know what I'm saying? Wayne. I'm a New Orleans cat. So I got to ride with my team on here. But I'm just saying in terms of that, I would probably go with the old school.
Yeah.
But I'm feeling the young cats.
I would go with old school too. So
the energy of what they're doing today, but the substance of that.
Yeah, because you know what? I can vibe to it, but I can't sing along.
Nah, exactly.
Because I don't know what y'all saying.
Because they're really not.
Because they're not saying nothing. You can say it. But it's still a vibe. And they getting money. So, it's still a vibe. Creative license. Creative license. But I would pick old school.
And we got love for all you. We're just saying what it is.
That's right. Yep. Love. All love. So, so see, that wasn't too bad. And you know what? You answered 2 out of 3. So you did good. Okay, so seriously, all jokes aside, thank you so much for joining us. I do want you to tell everyone where they can enjoy your band. Tell them the name, social media, all of that good stuff, so that they can be a part of the Troy Laz experience.
Well, my website is troylaz.com. It pops up, and all my stuff pops on there. Instagram, social media, Troy Laz, Facebook, Troy Laz Singer, Instagram, Troy Laz Music, Twitter, and stuff like that. And also, I want to just plug that one of my songs just got picked up for a movie that's coming out called The Flint Tale, produced by Mark Casey, who did a lot of big movies. And a lot of the stars from the 5 Heartbeats are in the movie, and my songs in that movie is doing quite well. So praying that it does good on that scene, So that shout out to Mark Casey and Platinum Star Entertainment out of LA with Marie LaMelle as well. So that's a big deal for me. So, especially what's going on now, it just made me have to write more, which is good. Sometimes you got to get out your own way, So this is the way I had to be forced to write, and doors are opening in that aspect. So that's a good thing. But that's what it is. TroyLaz.com website, all my social media, everything pops up. Follow me, check me out, man, and check out my new music, man. And I got a little shirt for you too, so I'll give that to you later.
You can't be wait now. You can't be skipping me. I was supposed to say thank you for coming out.
Okay,
I forgive you.
Go
ahead. No, give me my gift. No, we're gonna keep that. We're gonna keep that. No, give me. That's okay. You can give me my gift. Go ahead. I never get a gift. Where my gift at?
It's not a major gift, but I mean it's just a little something to have.
Well, I guess while you're getting mine, I'll get my crew to get yours, and we can exchange.
I don't have a crew.
You have a band though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying. Your music is featured in movies and stuff.
One song.
It's still your music.
We get into it. Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right. Don't mind the bag.
Can I get my gift, please, crew?
I don't know. Ooh, I'm not supposed to.
Yeah, look, you have to toss it to me because of social distance.
Okay, gotcha.
Thank you. I get more than one.
So for our assistant.
Okay.
And then it's black too.
Okay.
So just in case,
thank you. I'm gonna hold this up because I'm all about branding. This one is mine, Ivy. It's black. So, boop, 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 boop. And we have this one who it's for one of the crew members because I don't want to say who it is for and then get in trouble. Because the other person wanted. And can they purchase these anywhere?
Yeah, actually on my website and stuff like that, I have more. But since the COVID thing, we kind of been laying low. But I got hats, I got jackets, I got wristbands.
Okay.
Long glass line.
Nice.
And
okay.
I'm working on the jean line and the shoe as well.
Well, I have to go online and get me some glasses to go with my shirt.
Yeah, I'm working on it now. It should be ready in a couple of months. I'm gonna be good to go. And I'm gonna send it to you. You won't have to buy them. I'm gonna ship it to you.
You see it. YouTube, Insta, social, wherever you're watching. Anchor, because you know we do the podcast too now.
Check the podcast.
So you know.
She's on fire. The setting, very professional.
Thank you.
And I had to come because I've been watching you, and I said I got to be on that show.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. And thank you all, as always, for tuning in, for joining us, liking, subscribing, sharing. You know what? If no one told you today, you rock. And remember, no matter what, never let anyone dim your light or mute your mic. Peace.